So the channel just hit 20,000 subscribers here recently with a bit of a break in between some of our regular content. I figured I'd peel back the curtain behind Voyager's analytics and how much ad revenue we make on this channel. And I'm not gonna be like all other YouTube channels out there and delay showing you the totals until the end of this video. So this is how much we've made in the history of the channel. I'm going to our revenue tab right here. We've made around $8,000, and the majority of that has actually really come this year, having made around $6,200 if we take out 2022. So that's kind of where we're gonna stay at. And we're projected probably to be close to around 15,000 by the end of the year, just ad revenue alone. Mainly because we've been making, better content lately, in my opinion, or content that's being seen a lot more. And with the substantial growth of the channel and other things like that, it helps as it just kind of like multiplies on top of each other. Obviously, I don't want you to click away from this video just yet, and that's because ad revenue is really on the surface level of revenue sources from YouTube. And if you plan on making a channel, are already making content, or you're just starting to make money through ad revenue for your content on YouTube, I'm hoping I can give you some helpful information or at least insights into how it's working for us. Stuff that I just didn't know starting out, as well as showing you everything in the back end of my analytics. So stick around to the end for the final total numbers from everything that we make revenue from, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. So let's first take a look at the top earning videos and see what they all have in common. So for the lifetime of the channel, our top earning videos are these right here. We don't have a video that's hit $1,000 yet by itself, but we're getting pretty close. But the top ones coming in are videos we've made. Almost pretty much both of these are over a year ago. The 6K Pro Masterclass and the complete 4K video manual. These are like 2-hour-long video manuals on the Pocket 4K and the Pocket 6K Pro, taking everyone through it. So they've done very well on view counts. The 4K one, I believe, is still in the top 5, and the 6K Pro is in the top 10 of views. But with it being 2 hours long, the ad revenue I'm gonna make off of that is much, much higher than the rest of my content that is not 2 hours long. So if you could see like the playback cost per 1,000, or the CPMs here, it's around $27 and $22, and it's just a drop down to the other rest of my content that I have here. My most viewed video, over 200,000, this 28K camera video about Red's 28K camera that they never released. That only has around $535 on 200,000 views, which is probably, if we look at the analytics here, it should be about, I believe, $3. Yeah, so you can see how this started off pretty good, so you have your, right here, you have your playback based on CPM, which is essentially the amount that you make on it. But then the RPM is the rate you get to keep after YouTube takes its cut. We're usually averaging about $2.62 per 1,000 views on this video, which is pretty low comparatively to a lot of our other videos. But as you can see, it hit 547 and then it just tanked down, and then kind of came up later on here with some higher. Sometimes that happens when the view count start diving a little bit. You'll start seeing your RPM come up a little bit. Yeah, not the greatest on this one. I have found, and this is interesting if we go back to the analytics here, this one that I just released, this Lytro 40K resolution, it's at 77,000 views, already has about $288, which means it will probably outdo the Red's 28K if it ever does reach 200,000 views, which it might. It's doing pretty well. But as you can see here, it's almost double the RPM of the Red video, and it starts at 561 and it's starting to come down again. Part of this is due to how many, if you make a video over 8 minutes long, you can add multiple ads throughout the video. So you don't want to put them multiple times back to back. So if you see in the monetization thing here, you can manage your pre-roll ads. So I have an ad right here, like 5 minutes into the video, and then another at 9 minutes. So the longer you have your video, you do have a significantly longer or more chance for everyone to see more ads throughout the video. You can control it. I try to keep them down lower because I just don't want to annoy people. Also, this was a sponsored video, so we're already doing ads on it. So I try to keep it later on in the video and try to keep them spaced out by like 4 or 5 minutes, at least on how I do this. If you look in here with my analytics, basically, if you go to engagement and the average duration is 554, which when your video starts out, it starts showing to a lot of the people who already watch your channel and are expecting this content and will watch your content much longer, and the retention rate's much higher for the people who watch it. So that's why you start to see it start really high with how much you're earning, because more ads are being shown because people are watching your content longer. If your video, you know, isn't gonna like reach like a Mr. Beast level where everyone's gonna enjoy it, you're gonna start to see that tail off as your video goes down with your view duration, which means not as many ads are gonna get shown in your video. As it goes along, the more subscribers you have and the more people who watch your video at the beginning, the higher your ad revenue is going to be versus later on if the video keeps going on. So you start to see a little bit diminishing returns as the video goes along. That's not always the case. You know, sometimes it depends on like if you go into the other ones that have made the most money. Since published, this one's made $787 and it only has 71,000 views, which is 130,000 less than the 28K video. And if you can see here, the RPM on this one is $11 per 1,000 views. So every 1,000 views I get on this, I have $11. But again, this is 2 hours and 18 minutes and the average watch time on this is like 15 minutes. And people are always jumping around. You're just gonna have way more ads shown on this because it's such a long time. So that's kind of some of the behind the scenes of stuff. Other videos just don't do well, or you know, the shorter you make them, if they're like 8 minutes or below 8 minutes, you're not gonna make that much off of it. We're probably, for this month, you can see we're already at $1,100. We're probably gonna end up around $1,250 on this. So let's move forward and kind of calculate how much I'm currently making per month on average based on all of my other revenue sources related to YouTube as well, including this. So right now we're probably gonna be around $1,200, I would say, at the end of the month, if not more. But we'll go with $1,200 as an easy estimate. Another place I make revenue is from affiliate links, and one of the easiest sites to do that is through Amazon. There are others, and I would do your research to find what best fits in your niche. And a lot of other times, you know, brands will have their own affiliate links that have a higher percentage return if people buy them from their website. So I check with them if you get to do review videos or anything like that. But on average this year, I've been making around, as you can see, around $300 a month from just listing links to different camera products I use. I've also made other affiliate link revenue from other companies like Artlist, Kickstarter Campaign, and others, but those are usually capped out from anywhere around like $150 to $50. So I don't really mess with those too much. I mean, I would suggest if you're gonna do something like this, the best thing to do is to find links that are too small, helpful products more so than like the big products. Like sure, I put the links to the cameras I use in there, and every once in a while someone will buy one of those cameras based off of my link. But the majority of the money really does come in from smaller products like, say I like, you know, there we go. I like these clips specifically for what I use something for, and they're like $5. And you know, maybe a lot of people need them, so you have a lot of people buy them. So you get a lot of money off of that, like the smaller purchases that are easier to capture. Sure, put your big ones out there because you'll get a lot when that happens, but they're very infrequent. The other interesting thing is if you do it through Amazon, not only will you get money from link, you know, if someone purchases a product from your link, you will also get money if they go to buy something else that was not linked to. I believe if they click your link, it's like a 24-hour period or something that anything they buy on Amazon, you'll get rewarded for. It's not bad to sign up for Amazon. I know not everyone likes it, but again, check out your niche, check out what works for you. So with my projected YouTube and ad revenue, somewhere around $1,200 this month, plus the usual $300 from these affiliate links, we're up to around $1,500. So the next place I get money from is where most YouTubers end up getting a lot of their money from: sponsorships. And sponsorships that are not product reviews are a bit new for my channel, as we've really just started doing them this year. I found that I got reached out to after I had a string of very high count videos back to back and passed over 1 million view threshold. I've had little success actually reaching out to brands this far, trying to get sponsorship deals if they have not reached out to me in the first place. Generally, they are your typical 45-second spots. Different companies will price these on different metrics, but we'll usually try and have you give them a price first, which, since for me, YouTube is not my primary source of income yet, I have no problem typically bidding high. And then I get to the top of the number that they usually have reserved for budgeting for these. But with, you know, being a smaller YouTuber with an unproven ability to get higher view count videos currently, I don't have as much leverage as I could. So I wouldn't take advice from the numbers I'm about to give you, because you should really ask for what you feel your value is and your audience value is. Also, in some cases, think of it like running a business. What's other ways you can add value to your sponsors sponsors beyond just making an ad in the video. Would they be interested in B-roll, extra video content that they can use? This allows you to make more money off of a project, and as someone who runs a video production company, I kind of already think like this. But this could look very different depending on your specific niche for videos. So get creative with it, but always try and find ways to maximize your sponsorship deals and be willing to negotiate. Just make it worth your time. For the initial round of sponsorship deals I have currently, I have agreements for 3 videos a month, one at over $500 for 45-second spot, and 2 others at around $400 for 45-second ad spots. Some of these are tests to see if I can pass a specific view count threshold, which I understand because I am a small YouTube channel with a limited history of being able to attain high view count videos, but I'll more than clear those requirements in this round. Every sponsorship will have very different metrics on which they determine their price points. But adding all of these sponsorship deals for a month altogether, I'll be making around $1,318 from them for just doing 45-second ad spots. I mean, you do have to write them. It's not terrible though. Combine those with the rest of our totals and I'll make around $2,818 from video content in the month of August. Now, while this sounds very good, right? I mean, for a 20,000 subscriber channel, and while the future can look bright in terms to growing these totals, things can also quickly change and your numbers can drastically decrease. So keep that in mind. And if you'd like to see some video content I've been making that has been helping to win over sponsorships, check out this video we did here on a 40K resolution cinema camera.